Hey soul peeps, this is Dee from Garden of Eden. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. So today I am talking about growing your own sweet potato slips. Now I see a lot of people saying, oh, I send off and I buy my sweet potato slips. And I'm like, they're too easy to grow. And I mean, it's November now and it's not too early to get your sweet potato slips started because they take a couple of months. And some get a little slow growing, and so you want to get a head start on it so that not only will you have your own sweet potato slips, but you can multiply them as the months go by so you can have a nice, amount of slips to grow. It just depends on how much you want to grow. If you want to grow like one little 5-gallon bucket, you may need like 2 slips. But if you're going to grow them like I'm going to grow them, I'm going to need quite a few. And I've been collecting sweet potatoes. I saved some of the slips from my harvest from earlier this year. And as I've been going different places, if you saw my video about my trip to Louisiana, I got some of the Louisiana sweet potatoes. I was fortunate enough to see a vendor. I live in Memphis, and not far from me is a lot of nice farms. So there's this guy that on the side of the road every year, he has this truckload of sweet potatoes. So he had just harvested them, and I said, what kind of sweet potatoes are those? He said, Beauregard. I said, Beauregard. I said, I wanted to grow some last year, but the person that I got slips from, she had given them all out. So anyway, they gave me an opportunity to get some slips. So what I wanted to show you is how I grow my sweet potato slips. And you can see already, I already got something growing. I'm gonna change the camera around a little bit. I'm gonna pick them up. So this is, those pretty ornamental sweet potatoes? Well, they actually grow a potato. So this is going on its second growing season because I used to get them every year. My brother said, no, girl, just get the potato out. Cut the vines out and look at that. It's already growing. I'm already getting some slips. And what I can do as they grow and they get to like 5-6 inches, you can cut them off, put them in the water, and reroot them so you can have several sweet potato vines. This is those pretty bright green vines. So over here these are cuttings from the sweet potatoes that I grew. All I did was take some of the stems that I already grew out, I cut them, and I put them in some water, and look at that. So as they grow, like I said, these I can cut already because they're 5 to 6 inches, and then you take them like this piece right here, and you grow them and you put more slips. So we plan on growing a lot of sweet potatoes next year. And this year we did pretty good, but I think we can do better. You see my little background falling. Anyway, anywho, this is not perfection. So here's some more. They're growing, got a good root system going. You just gotta check them. Sometimes they can get slimy in the bottom. You wanna change that water out every so often. And these are the sweet potatoes that I started growing. So this is and you see I got them growing and everything. I said, I don't even use this dessert glass. I said, but I'm gonna use it now. So this is one of the Beauregards that I have sitting in water. It's got a nice root system. And then here's the slips growing, all right there. And I have them in different stages. So what I'm gonna show you is how I love to recycle. So I have these old Gatorade bottles, and then I also have the other bottles right here. So what I usually do is I take the labels off, I cut the bottles in half and flip them upside down, because if you don't have any glasses or you don't want to grow stuff in your glass, that's okay. Recycle, reuse, and then you take the top off, okay? So what will happen is the roots will start growing down here, and they'll reach to the bottom, to the water in the bottom of the container, like so. Let's see, you can see that. See those? If I lift it out, like if I need to add a little bit more water, see those roots are getting nice and soaked up? That's what you want. So you put them in here, you flip the bottle upside down, you take the cap off now, and then you take the tip in of the sweet potato. These are my sweet potatoes I got from Louisiana. Yes, sweet potatoes are different. I grew Vardaman sweet potato, Hernandez sweet potatoes, some off-brand that I got from Walmart, and the Asian sweet potatoes, the red sweet potatoes that I grew, red flesh and white flesh and red skin. So I'm gonna take this I'm gonna put it upside down in this container, and then I'm gonna fill the container up where the water is like right here on the potato. And that way you're not having to put the toothpicks in to hold it up, to keep it, you know, above the water, whatever. You just have this is upcycle. You can use that like that. Now this is the other method I did last year, and I preferred this method because I started so late. So if you get a late start, if you don't start as early as I'm starting, that's fine. So what I did was I got some soil. Now this I was about to roast. This is how my story, my red sweet potato started. I went to roast the sweet potatoes and it had a little growth on it. You see right there? So guess what? I went to roast this sweet potato and it had a little growth on it. And I actually got this soil started for something else, but I said, you know, it's not gonna hurt. They could share the soil. So I put it in here to get it started. And I'll post some pictures at the end of the video of what I did last year and how I had them growing in a pan. And those were what I used for my sweet potato slips because, like I said, I got a late start. These can take a couple of months to not just to grow, but to get to the length that you want. So if you want to grow sweet potatoes, go to your local farmers. So you can go to farmer's market or to your grocery store. You want to get an organic sweet potato. You want to make sure that you rinse the sweet potato because sometimes it could have like a retardant on it to keep them from sprouting. And you go ahead and put it in some water. And just in a couple of weeks, you'll start getting slips, start growing your slips. Now, I'm in zone 7B, so I will not be able to plant my sweet potato slips to April, but at that time, I'll have a lot of sweet potato slips because I'm starting early. And like I said, go find different varieties. Beauregard is the most popular one, but there's other ones you want to try. You know, go ahead and get your slips so that you can get started, get your soil prepared. We're already starting to collect our buckets because we're going to do some bucket gardening. We're collecting some mineral tubs. You want to check the sales. Of course, we just had Black Friday, but a lot of the stores are trying to clear out the old soil. It's nothing wrong with the soil, but you can get soil for really cheap, so you can start getting all those things now. So thank you for coming by and stopping by to see how we're starting sweet potato slips. Save you some money, grow your own. And we thank you again for stopping at the Garden of Eden. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video and share our video. And we also have a Facebook group. We're starting a Facebook group. We're small in numbers at this time, but our Facebook group is so that you can go and ask your gardening questions. Hey, I'm having a problem doing this. Dee, can you go over that again with me of how you're doing the sweet potato slips? Or this is how I'm coming with my project that I'm starting. I mean, I love to experiment. So sometimes I'm watching videos, I may see something that I said, oh, you know what, my subscribers may really like to know how to do that. You know, everybody's not surfing YouTube like me. They just go to one or two channels. So I want to bring any new techniques to you, any gardening hacks to you, anything that will help you get your garden growing so that you can grow some good, healthy food for your family. When it's been said that when kids grow food, they'll eat it. So a lot of things that they don't grow, they'll eat. I'll take my grandson to the garden and I said, he doesn't like peas. Well, I grow peas and I let him taste my peas from the garden. And I also let him taste the pea greens and just different things. So he's more apt. He's 6 years old. He's more apt to eat it because he's grown it. And a lot of the stuff that's in the garden, he's helped me soak. So he knows. So get out there, get growing. Experiment in your garden. Don't be afraid to try something that you never tried before. You never know what you like until you try it. So again, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Peace out, my soul peeps. Until I see you again. Bye-bye.